she kind of breaks my heart with her just absolute desire to just like protect everyone, to just make it all okay, to just be the best agent that she can kind of be. I just want to go, honey, just give yourself a minute, it's okay. And I think that's what I love about the alt Olivia, is that she's just so kind of cavalier. She's like, yeah, it's okay, whatever. You know, like, let's go. You want to join? I don't know. I think they're opposites is the bits that I like.
Now, I understand that this could take some time for you to get used to. Imagine how I feel. I never realized that a bra was so binding.
I died when I read that script. I'm like, what? 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 Where do you start? And then I also didn't want to, I love Leonard, and I didn't want to be, I didn't want to mock him. I didn't want it to be as though I was really teasing him, but how could it not be when it's me doing it? So I was just frightened. And then you just have to close your eyes and just jump.
You got the voice right. You got the graveliness right.
Thank you.
If you were able to channel any other character in the show, who would it be?
Make it a woman. Like Astrid, please. Or maybe Nina. She would be fun to kind of, yeah. Hopefully I won't have to do that. Hopefully they'll pass that off to one of the boys next time. I think Olivia obviously is learning that she can't live in an isolated world if she wants to be happy. I think she's learning that she has to let go and open up, and she has to give herself, you know, a little bit more attention or care, I guess. And maybe the opposite is true of the alternate Olivia. Maybe she needs to kind of care a little bit more about other people and maybe not sort of like always want to win all the time, you know? But that's sort of superficial, I think. The deeper answer will come later, so ask me later.
Do you think there's ever anything that's going to be too crazy? Because obviously it's all about fringe science, but there's a line between kind of crazy real and crazy crazy. Like unicorns, stuff like that. Do you reckon it's ever going to get too
stupid?
Yeah.
I'm so flattered that you think it hasn't already. Thank you very much. I think that with science fiction, I think that you actually can go wherever you want to go, provided you ground it in like reality, and provided you ground the connective tissue, like the emotional relationships between your characters in like a really true place. And I think the fact that everybody's so straight, the fact that like Olivia's just so straight, there's nothing crazy about her, she's just so pragmatic and practical, means Walter can be whatever he wants. And, you know, the fact that that Walter and Peter have such a truthful kind of like connection, and truly are trying to work through this like weird father-son relationship that never was, means that you can go anywhere you want, because you're still following these people that you believe. So therefore, if they believe, you suspend, you know, disbelief. I want to know where my supersonic hearing went. I've been wanting to know that for a long time. No, I think that they have a real knack of leaving things and then shelving it, but then bringing it back, like little tiny things, like even Olivia having the baby, you know, was like a nod to the second episode that we did, where we found this, you know, like woman had this accelerated pregnancy and the baby then grew really quickly and largely. So I think that whether they plan that or not, I think they do usually tie up most of the loose ends. They then untie a whole lot of others, but you do get answers in the show. I think that's one of the positives about the show, is you're not just constantly left to go, oh, well, and it was just this. They're like, no, this is this, so then that, which is satisfying, I think.
So I've torn holes in both the universes, and they lead here, to this room, a bridge, so that we can begin to work together to fix it.
Gosh, I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea, and I don't know what he's going to be. I know Josh and Peter's going to come back to the show, but I don't know in what form. Like, I don't know if he's going to remember everything and we just don't, or if it's, I don't know, if he'll be reincarnated, you know, like as the son of someone else, or I don't know.
So again, it's pretty exciting to be able to go into, as you said, like the fourth series as well, and it's just fresh again.
Yeah, completely.
With the kind of love triangle with you for Olivia and Peter, with him now out of the equation, how would you like to see their kind of paths continue?
I don't know. That'll be interesting too, because essentially, and it's the same with Walter and Walter, the only reason they're fighting is because of Peter. So if he never existed, what is the point? Are they just fighting because you're supposed to fight, because you're my enemy and we're at war, which is a nod to the world? Or, yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, I mean, if I had to choose, well, because Olivia gets something, right? She doesn't get anything. She doesn't get the baby, she doesn't get the man. Olivia, she's like, they're supposed to be together. They met when they were little children. Getting picked up is, I mean, that's really lovely. Like, that's sort of like a moment where everybody on set, because there's a huge amount of people that make the show, get to kind of go, you don't get a better compliment than people want to still watch what we're making, you know? So I guess those moments are pretty lovely. People are constantly asking about fans and what are they like, and I'm like, they're awesome. They're loyal, and we wouldn't be on air without them. Particularly Jeff and Joel, they really listen to the fans too. Like, they're really all over it. They like to know what people think and what the opinion of it is, and there's much more interaction than there used to be, because everything's so instantaneous. So as soon as the episode airs, then people can have an opinion, and then they go, oh, really? You didn't like it? Not that they necessarily live by what they do, but they definitely take that on board. And so I think more so than other shows, I think there is actually an interaction there. There's like a little dance that's played. It could go anywhere. I don't know how it's going to affect all of the characters and the show, and how much of an influence Peter then has been on them all, and then who would they be had he never existed, and I don't know. I don't think that we're bound to flash forwards to the future at all, but I'm not opposed to that. I'm interested, one of the last lines that Peter says is, I'm not sure who was responsible for bringing it back. Was it Ella or Astrid? And so I'm interested to see if one of those, if they end up moving from one, you know, from the future to the past. I don't know.